Sarah Carroll measures up the cross. Kerr. And the header across the face.
Never going to be able to really get enough power towards goal. She's an incredible athlete, isn't she, Sam? You know, most players that would have gone straight over their head, but she just finds a way.
Take the ball back for Brisbane. Tamika Butts, shooting range, and skies that one. Toby trying to lose the attentions of Rigby, and got clattered late.
Now that might be a little bit different to the last ones you were referring to, Teo.
As we see Rd2. Yeah, it's a really late challenge, isn't it? She's back on her feet, though. You're hoping to get underneath this free kick.
I don't think she's fared too well herself there. I think she's hurt herself, to be fair.
Nikki Stanton has gone down, so the trainer's out. As we get a bit of a delay here as Brisbane Roar stand over this free kick. Really in quite a bit of pain here, Nikki Stanton.
And that real rawness and willingness there for Alira Toby to just size up the defender and to really try and beat a 1v1. It's one of the great aspects of a game, and it's just so raw and it's so exciting.
It's going to be Carson Pickett to take it left-footed. Polkinghorne. And the header, no, close to the target. Tempo goes up a little bit as players have half-time in mind, and looks as though Perth Glory have got the treatment on Nikki Stanton's right arm there. She's now wearing some sort of protection. She's right to come back on. The break for drinks.
I'd say Nikki Stanton's really struggling here, Teo.
Looks as though she's walking herself to the bench here. Can't continue. And Sean Billam is very hastily getting prepared for Perth Glory. In some distress here, Nikki Stanton. So this arm injury is... So Nikki Stanton is off, and Sean Billam comes on. Not ideal for the Glory Ray.
No, not at all. Nikki Stanton, you know, such a dominant player in the middle of the park there, and she's certainly the one that provides a lot of that service through to Sam and certainly up to Rachel Hill. So it'd be interesting to see if they change their formation here at all.
May to Rodriguez.
Interesting there that Sean Billam came on. I thought we might have seen Mariana Tabane to come in there, but as you can see, something certainly wrong there with...
Getting a look at perhaps the incident where it happened. Even though it was Alira Toby who was knocked to the ground, it's Nikki Stanton who's definitely come off the worst from the collision. Let's stay with the current Matilda, Sam Kerr, who's been able to lose the attention of Summer O'Brien. Now trying to shimmy past Polkinghorne. Desperate from Torpy. Hill follows in.
It's the great thing that Sam's really brought into her game in the last, you know, few months of her sort of world dominance, is that she really brings other players into the game as well.
Let's throw it down to Nick Meredith, who's got an update for us on Nikki Stanton.
Yeah, unfortunately it's bad news. She's got a broken arm in the forearm region, and she was in quite a deal of pain and has headed off to hospital. I think they're going to have a look and see if they need to put a plate in that, but she was in a good deal of discomfort, so horrible news for her.
That is terrible news and very unfortunate for the Perth Glory. Thank you for the update, Nick, but Ray, that's we were hoping that it would be good news, but to change all that. Carroll bombing forward, Sarah Carroll. Arnold's missed it, and it was nearly turned in for an own goal by Caitlin Torpy. Must say I was surprised when she committed to go that she missed the ball, but not close there.
We saw that the other night too, didn't we, with some of the crosses that came in, and last week as well. You know, judging the flight of the ball is such an important part of the goalkeeper's, you know, skills, and certainly there, Mackenzie was, a long way from the punch.
Over to the right flank. Rodriguez, and Arnold able to parry it up and make an easy save on the bounce.
Change the point of attack and to really try to get that switch of play in to attack that space out wide.
Rodriguez, body check from Tamika Butt. Both players sent sprawling. Gorry weaving away in the meantime. Looking for Alira Toby.
It's a very good tackle. Yeah, just inside there. I think, you know, if Alira had stayed out wide a little bit further, I think she might have been able to get in behind there.
Frisbee's long ball. And Hill has read it well. And Arnold at point blank able to make the save. Got out, made a presence, and was able to grab onto the ball just as it looked like Rachel Hill might have been through.
Great save by Mackenzie Arnold. Really great save. She made herself big as possible, and great save.
Raw countering. Tamika Butts. Chung! Just wide. And Waikiki Chung's search for a first W League goal continues. Can't get much closer than that.
End-to-end stuff. You see the one-on-one great save from Mackenzie Arnold down one end. Transition through. Tamika Butts cross there, found a little deflection. That might have been just what put Waikiki off.
Whoa. Very nearly the opener, and what a way that would have been to score it after the save. As you say, Ray, a very good one from Mackenzie Arnold. Just the instincts took over to an extent there, with the striker bearing down on it.
Yeah, and really great work there again from Rachel Hill. I thought she did extremely well to be able to judge the ball going over, and she's quite quick too. She's deceptively quick, Rachel. Deflection off the defender there from Tamika's cross was just what put her off.
Given away by Summer O'Brien. Kerr, Hill, surely for Perth! And it is! Rachel Hill continues her scoring streak in the W League. And Sam Kerr, laying off the assist, makes it Perth Glory 1, Brisbane Roar 0.
Yeah, really disappointing there. The Roar will be really disappointed with that. Silly turnover, way too much space, and that's a really good finish.
And at that sort of range, not much Mackenzie Arnold could do about it.
No, well, she might have used up all that luck with the last one, you know. But, you know, look, that's the thing. That's what I said, you know, earlier about Sam Kerr. That's the one thing that she's really improved in her game, is the ability to bring other players in.
Perth do get the all-important opening goal. And in the dying minutes before half-time, Raw, what a response. Tamika Butt might have been through here. And decision for the referee. Amanda Frisbee went clashing in. Raw not really haranguing the referee for a card.
I'm very surprised.
I must say, in that situation, you half expect the players to get in and say, where's the booking?
Yeah, I'm very surprised that there's no yellow card there.
It's not like the ball had been tipped a mile away. She could have kept running it down.
No, Tamika was anticipating the challenge. She sort of slid in from a long way away, and she sort of jumped to avoid it.
Gorry takes the free kick, and it's off the crossbar. The follow-up is bundled in. Polkinghorne got the all-important touch. And the Brisbane Roar weren't behind for long.
Who else but Claire Polkinghorne, the spiritual leader of this club? And this is just a willingness to absolutely put her body on the line. Stole it off a central striker.
She's almost off the midriff into the back of Waikiki Chung there, and it's deflected in, but Maisels wouldn't be happy with missing the catch there.
Maisels would be very, very disappointed with that, but you know what? You don't care how they go in as a coach. You can see Mel Andreatta there. You don't care how they go in as long as they get across the line.
So we waited 42 minutes for the opener, and then all of about 60 seconds for the equaliser. Let's have another look at the goal, Ray, because Waikiki Chung, I mentioned that Polkinghorne put it into her back. The question for me is Waikiki Chung offside at any point during this build-up? I think that might have been the shout in desperation for Perth Glory to say the goal shouldn't have counted.
I'm certain that's what they what they were looking for, and offside goals. You know probably better not to ask me about those things, Teo, because I'm certain that I should probably keep my thoughts to myself in regards to that. But
you can't get fined now, Ray. You can speak your mind.
I think that I could always get fined, Teo. I could always get fined. Now, look, I think that you'll find that you know, there's been some slight adaptations to the rules.
Here's Tamika Butt again, this time out for a corner. There
were some slight adaptations to the rules in the last couple of years over that.
So let's have a real close look, Ray. Talk us through it.
Yeah, as I said, Maisel should have just punched that straight over. Wasn't sure. And has it made contact here? Has it looped over?
I think that has.
That'll be one certainly for
Yeah.
for Ben Wilson and his crew in Canberra to look at through the week.
Melissa Maisels was all over it, saying that that's offside. Brisbane Roar get their equaliser. Can they now take the lead? 4 minutes of first half stoppage to try and do it in. Beret's header, and this time Maisels sure hands on the line. Now Kerr looking for the combination with Hill again. Can they do it a second time? Mackenzie Arnold equal to that shot. Had to be good though.
Yeah, great hands from Mackenzie. Once again, her positioning was probably a little bit better than for the goal, and she stood up really nice and tall.
Rachel Hill, like any striker, once you get a taste of scoring goals. Toby, numbers committing forward for Raw, and Maisels had to hold at the near post. Chung making the run, couldn't get to the ball. All to play for, because at half-time it's Brisbane Roar 1, Perth Glory 1.
Glory take to Suncorp Stadium for W League on Sunday. It is end-to-end stuff with some great chances late in the second half, leaving us with that 1-1 scoreline with Ray Dower in comms. A big welcome back to all of our viewers for W League on Sunday. Half-time action. Heather Garriock is joining me as we dissect this first half. Plenty of first half action. End-to-end, we waited for that goal. We waited and waited, and then we got two right before half-time.
Exactly, and we wouldn't expect the goals to come, to be honest. It's been very transitional. I don't think both coaches would be too happy with the way their teams have played. But yeah, very transitional in terms of possession of the ball. Both teams haven't had much possession of the ball. They're trying to get in behind, but they're not able to get in behind. And for each team, they need to work out each other's weaknesses and be able to use their weaknesses to their strengths. And at the moment, both teams are struggling with that.
Well, as I always say, the numbers do tell a picture. Let's have a look at what sort of picture they paint this afternoon. Fairly even possession across the board. The big difference for me here is the balls into the area. And Rachel Hill, we'll talk about her in a moment when we take a look at those goals, but she's deadly on that right-hand side.
She certainly is. Her right peg is just lethal. And for yourself, you need to put her on a left peg. But in terms of the stats, you would expect it to be 50-50. It's been so transitional that's why it is 50-50. And for Perth Glory, they're definitely hitting the long ball and trying to hit and find Sam Kerr as much as possible. But for this goal to come, it was a mistake from the centre-back from Brisbane Roar, and what a glorious finish. But for me, Sam Kerr to be able to take 2 steps, draw the defenders in, and for Rachel Hill to be able to score a goal like that, top corner, sensational.
And of course, it didn't take very long then for the equaliser to come, but every time Sam Kerr touches the ball, something special happens out on that park. The equaliser also coming with a little bit of a mistake off the goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly. You tip that over the bar as a goalkeeper instead of taking a risk, and she wasn't quite sure of that. But controversial, I think. I think Waiki's offside here, and it might have hit Claire Polkinghorn's arm. So for me, it's a controversial goal, and Perth Glory coach Bobby Depotowski would be so disappointed to concede just before half-time.
I think Claire Polkinghorn's celebration is a special one, and she doesn't put too many away.
5, Perth Glory have shown enough to suggest that they can go on and win this one away from home. Plenty to play for as Ray Dower rejoins me in commentary for the second half. Ray, we've got a real game on our hands here. Tamika Butt trying to capitalise and lift the home fans. That one goes just wide.
Interesting first half. Both injuries were both hand injuries or arm injuries.
Bolger, Kerr's through. Mackenzie Arnold with a good save.
Wow, first half and against the best player in the world. That is a brilliant save, Mackenzie.
Coming up big as Kerr on the end of that pass.
The timing of the run there.
Nicola Bolger. Looking into the sun, Arnold's done well to come out and collect there. Such an exciting time for the team, isn't it? Sam Kerr's a big part of it, but you've got to have 10 other teammates out there with her, and the stronger. Rigby. Rodriguez. Kerr's touch off. It sits up for Hill. It won't count. The flag's up. Striker's instincts there at the far post from Rachel Hill, but no chance to celebrate because She was in an offside position. Just got body checked really there. Run through by Sean Billam. Hopefully, don't tell me we've got yet another arm injury. Caitlin Torpey favouring her left wrist here. And unfortunately for Caitlin Torpey, her afternoon is over. Natalie Tatham, who had the assist for Brisbane's third goal last week, she comes into the game. Unfortunately for Caitlin Torpey, there she is. We're hoping that whatever scans and assessment take place for her won't rule her out for a length of time.
That'll just be a straight like-for-like sub.
Tatham. Cross from deep. Maisels on Gorry. It's a cross shot. Maisels saw it all the way.
Much time as they have.
Kerr against Summer O'Brien. Hits the byline, leaves O'Brien behind. Tatham off the line. And the follow-up, oh, fresh air from Billam. Rodriguez! And it sits up for Hill! And the predatory striker's instincts of Rachel Hill on hand once again. And Perth Glory take a 2-1 lead.
Well, they just couldn't clear the lines there, Brisbane. They just couldn't make enough. The great cross there from Sam Kerr. Natalie Tatham's done really, really well there. Air swing, as you say. And here, they just couldn't clear the lines.
Disappointment for Mackenzie Arnold as her parry goes straight into the path of the striker, but that's part of the craft. You've got to know where to be.
Yeah, Rachel Hill there, that's just really great instinct. As you say, a striker's instinct. They're ready for the scraps, ready for the tap-in. But you can't say at the moment that they don't deserve that lead, Teo.
Raw got a response within 60 seconds last time. This occasion, Abby Lloyd, a buffer from the Raw. Hill, Bolger, what a back heel flick. Kerr's through! Kerr is denied, and the duel with Mackenzie Arnold continues to fall Mackenzie Arnold's way.
Well, that's some champagne football right there. Look at that. You saw all the skills, little back heel, great little combination play on the edge of the box, and then all it needed was the finish, Teo.
Point blank save from Mackenzie Arnold, and now Rourke trying to capitalise. Toby's cross, kept away from Tamika Bartz. Maisels doing it, goes into the book for the Brisbane Raw. Sam Kerr getting suitable protection, perhaps. And Raw will make the change that you flagged, Ray, because it is going to be Amy Chapman coming on, and Abby Lloyd comes off. So, chance for Chapman to come in and really add a bit of veteran experience to this Raw attack.
Yeah, they just really need to secure possession a little bit more than they have at the moment, I think.
Toby, what a great first touch. And an even better recovery from Frisbee. It's the referee's decision, though. Frisbee's protesting her innocence here.
And it's another yellow card, I think, we'll find Teo. Interesting then to pull out a card there, Teo, and it's yellow.
Well, was it a foul to begin with?
I'm afraid the referee's in much better position than we are up here.
Having a close look there, Alira Toby was maybe leaning in for contact and has been able to win Brisbane Raw a free kick in a very promising position.
What a great first touch, though, by Alira Toby over the top. And once again, Katrina Gorry away from this shot here.
Who will it be? Pickett or Gorry? It is Gorry. And Bolger. Kerr trying to turn provider. It's a good cross, asking a lot of questions of that Raw defence, and Claire Polkinghorne has all the answers.
And if it got through, who was there? But Rachel Hill.
On a hat-trick now.
On a hat-trick.
Certainly off to a flying start in the Golden Boot Stakes as well. Bolger's corner. Kerr's up. And Arnold well placed on the line. Just coming on for Nicola Bolger, who's put in a busy shift this afternoon. And this might just be an inspired sub from Bobby Despotovsky, because behind Kate Gill, it matches between the Raw and the Glory. Mariana Tabane with 3 goals is the next highest scorer. So she definitely enjoys playing against Brisbane.
Well, let's not.
Let's stay with Kerr here. Ball from Rodriguez. Kerr going around the keeper. And the referee does pay the penalty. Mackenzie Arnold in the book, and Perth Glory with a chance to set up a 2-goal buffer.
Well, once again, we see that Sam Kerr getting in behind. She good first touch. Has she made contact? It looked like she has. I don't think you can argue with that. She takes a little touch here, just really clever. Great awareness there, Sam Kerr. You certainly can't complain with that. Great little touch there, just as you see. And she's done just enough to clip her.
Just a perfect replay, that one, to show the contact there. And Mackenzie Arnold's not happy. She's got a yellow card to her name. And now maybe, after foiling Sam, can finally get one past Arnold. And this would leave the Raw in a big hole with not much time left on the clock. Season 10 of the W League. Kerr's penalty is emphatic. And Perth Glory have that 2-goal buffer. No mistake from the spot. Sam Kerr makes it Perth Glory 3, Brisbane Raw 1.
Isn't it? It's happened, you know, year after year. Goal difference plays a huge part.
Rigby, Kerr, and it's just wide. As far as the attacking options go for the Raw, as much as Tamika might not have much left in the tank, it does seem like a sub that may really damage their prospects of finding a way back in.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tamika, yeah, she's just come back from, obviously, from overseas.
Tabane. Firing to Mariana Tabane, and Mackenzie Arnold down to make last season. As we see Kerr coming in and winning the ball off O'Brien. Referee.
Once again, the biggest thing is here, Tao, that the Perth Glory can you know, waste a little bit more time here.
Mariana Tabane now to take the free kick. Get it from Chung. Hill for the hat-trick!
Well, you've got to say she deserves that, doesn't she, Tao?
Rachel Hill has her hat-trick, and it's going to be an emphatic road win. No.
Or not.
Wait.
Or not.
The flag's up. The assistant referee wants a say. Can't take the smile off Rachel Hill's face. And the discussion continues here. It's Isabella Blais, the assistant referee over on the near side. We had that big discussion in the first half about whether there was an offside. Well, is anyone interfering with play? I don't think so. The goal stands.
The goal stands.
And it's a hat-trick for Rachel Hill. Chapman instead. Looking for Waikiki Chung. And Maisels makes the save.
And she could have had 2 headed goals of a run. She'd be disappointed that she couldn't do more than that. Stretching again. Good contact. She just couldn't quite get enough power in it.
Rodriguez. Ooh. And Maisels able to hold on. Murray threw herself in there, but bounces right back up. Long ball here. Kerr trying to control it. Sam Kerr. And it's parried by Arnold. And then Carl between her and Mackenzie Arnold. The game within the game, really, but ultimately Kerr winning and converting a penalty kick.
Yeah, another stellar performance by Sam Kerr.
Chung's cross, Chapman's opportunity, and just didn't hit it clean. Seconds to play out in this one.
Yes, it's certainly a very good day at the office for her.
And that will do it. Perth Glory come to Suncorp Stadium, and thanks to a hat-trick from Rachel Hill and goal to Sam Kerr, record a very convincing and impressive 4-1 win. And Rachel Hill, 5 goals in 2 games. What a start to the W League season for her. Raquel, full-time score is Brisbane Raw 1, Perth Glory 4.